What's going on, everybody? Toby1 Shinobi here, and today we're showing you the best drop spots in Chapter 2 Remix. Now, this is going to be for zero build and builds as well, and these are the three of my favorite spots. Number one is going to be Slurpy Swamp on the east side of the spot right here, and the reason that I like Slurpy Swamp so much is that it has guaranteed shields. In Chapter 2 Remix, shields are very hard to come by, health is very hard to come by, so having guaranteed health off your drop is really nice, and there are chug splashes, chug barrels, and slurp trucks, or slurp barrels and slurp trucks, and even the water here heals you. Really good drop. So as you come in here, you're going to be looking at this building right here. This building actually has the most chests out of this entire POI, and I do recommend just hitting this top chest really quick so that you land kind of first and you don't let anyone get height on you. And then you can kind of come over here and you start following this hallway. So I'm going to break the floor right here, and there'll be a chest in this room. Break this. There's barrels in here. There's barrels all over this place, so you don't have to worry too much about oh, just break the floor. Okay, and now we're going to kind of start following this hallway right here. There's kind of just floor loot everywhere, and you can break through all these walls. And let's see if we get ourselves a nice loadout right here. Okay, I'm looking pretty nice already. Actually, this is very ideal. Would love to have a grappler. And as we come in here, and we're going to be basically getting full shields on this route right here. All you have to do is just... wait, did I drop porta forts? I did, whatever. All you do is basically move along this building, and I like to hit these ones because they're fast. And now if anyone pushes you, you're ready to go. Also, this teddy bear room also has a bunch of shields in here as well. And there we go. All right, we have pretty much a nearly perfect loadout for zero build here. And now I have movement, so I can actually go and loot up higher if I want. And yeah, there's barrels everywhere again. Like if you want to just break these floors, you can. Or you can just open chest by chest. And I missed a good amount of chests, but you pretty much get the gist of it. This is a very good drop spot. Now, if you want, there's also slurp trucks out here and right here. There's also one in the road out here. Yeah, if you're unconned, you can basically just drop on these if you want to get shields immediately. Also, these give you 50 shields as well, or 50 health each. And yeah, honestly, this spot's really great for builds, no builds. You can farm a lot of mats here for a lot of metal or a lot of brick. You know, whatever you want, and I highly recommend it. Also a really great mid-game POI. If you need heals, you just come here and you're gonna find some. Even if you have to just sit in the slurp water, that's okay. Basically all this water that is blue will heal you over time. And if you want to rotate out of here, there are vehicles on the street, usually big trucks. Not a lot of cars, but there is this truck on the roof right here, which is pretty much the fastest car that's guaranteed spawning up here. So you can grab this truck. And then one good rotation is actually to go through this dam right here. If you want to just go hard left out here, it's kind of far away, but this does have a rift. So you can rift out easily because that's pretty fast. And unless you find a whiplash, it's kind of slow to drive this truck around. So I like to go over here. And if you need more loot too, you can loot this spot over here, which is good as well. Decent amount of chests in there. Lots of materials. And then you go ahead and hit this rift. And the thing about these rifts is it gets you really high in the air, and you can rotate to, say, the next POI. So all the drop spots that I'm showing you today are good for teams up to squads. There should be enough loot in the POIs, and the spots, the exact spots I'm showing you, should support about 2 to 3 players, and then like the surrounding buildings will support 4. So my next favorite loot spot is actually Lazy Lake, which you can get to Lazy Lake pretty easily from Slippery Swamp from the rift that's right here at the bottom of this dam. If you want to loot this second, you can come over here. And Lazy Lake is really good because it's got so many vehicles here. It's got so many buildings, and all these buildings have a lot of chests in them. This building right here is actually my favorite. It has 8 chests, I believe, typically. And it has a really nice loot layout, meaning that you can loot it really quickly. It's very vertical, and there's an elevator shaft that you can actually use to kind of get around quickly. So let's just see. All these buildings, though, are great, but this one right here, this modern spa that has the pool at the back. On the map, it's the most southwest corner of the POI. And yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and break through here, and chest on this bed, chest under these stairs. And we've already got like decent loot, but there's just kind of chests everywhere. So as you can see, we've already got a pretty ideal loadout. Not a lot else that we need right now off of an initial drop. And you can kind of keep going up and down. Actually, there's a garage as well, I forgot. So yeah. Garage with more loot. Sometimes there's a chest under here, under these stairs. And one of the nice things about this spot is actually the elevator. All these elevator doors break in one hit, and you can climb from door to door really easily. So if you want to navigate this place quicker, you kind of just go from door to door. You know, you can go level to level really quick just by doing this. So that's nice. All right, I would say that my loadout is pretty solid. I'd like to have a grappler, but other than that, like, I really can't complain. You know, I've got 3 shield pots, 6 impulses, a good AR, a good shotgun SMG. And then you kind of rotate all over this place, and there are plenty of cars. There's always guaranteed whiplashes or guaranteed lowriders over here. And just cars everywhere, all over this place. But yeah, you can drive these guys out of the front window right here, and yeah, all these buildings have plenty of loot, so your squad can loot adjacent buildings to you, and just kind of stay on one side, and everything should be pretty nice. And again, there's tons of buildings at Lazy Lake. They all have a lot of chests, but that modern spa one actually has the most chests, and it's the easiest to loot. And if you're a builds player, Lazy Lake has tons of metal, tons of brick, and tons of wood, so you pretty much get all the materials you need on your drop. All right, now my next favorite drop spot is pretty cool because it has a couple options. One, you can drop right into it, get the boss loot and get going, but if it's heavily contested, I have an alternate drop spot right beside it, and then you can flip over and go third party the group that's killing the boss. So the spot that I'm speaking of is the rig, which has an amazing vault in there with a bunch of rare chests, a couple shadow chests as well, so you should get pretty epic loot coming out of there. And there's a rift down at the bottom of this so that you can rotate really easily basically anywhere across the map. So we'll show you the rig and how to get into the vault as quick as possible and defeat the boss, but first we're going to show you the alternate spot in case the rig is heavily contested, which is honestly kind of unlikely because it's usually pretty far off the bus drop, but sometimes you'll get a bus that goes over it and you'll have a few teams there, and as you approach you might be like looking like not sure if we really want to fight this out here. And the nice thing about the rig for builds players is it's just covered in metal, tons of metal there, so you'll get all the metal you need. And so if you want, you can also just drop into this spot over here. So this is too contested. This is a nice little alternate spot, so we're going to go over here and we're going to get instant 100 shields. So pretty cool, and it's really easy to get to the rig from here. Let me show you. So we come to this first shack right here that's facing the rig. We walk in here and look at all these barrels. We're going to go ahead and hit the floor right here. That's going to give us 30. That's going to give us 70. And I did this wrong. I made a mistake. I should not have broken the floor first. Okay, I'm an idiot. Don't break the floor first. Hit these first, and that'll get to 100. So just that net has barrels in it. There's barrels all over this place. You don't really need to go to that spot first, but it is a quick 100 shields, no problem, and there's just barrels everywhere, honestly, which is nice. And then we go over here. Like, we can keep looting this. There's still probably some more chests around the trees, but that's okay. We're gonna go over here, and there's more shields, I believe, in here as well. Yep, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's pretty wild. 10, so you can get 10 chests or 10 shields from here too, no problem. And there's also this little island if you want to hit it on the way over, but you take this boat, which is here every time, and you go over here and there's a rift. Now I will show you really quickly where the vault is located. It's super easy to find. You go to this rift, right, and there's this ladder. This little door right here is what you need to hit open, and it's going to get you to the vault, the easiest way to the vault right here. because honestly, it's kind of a maze here. It looks pretty easy to find, but it's kind of tricky sometimes. So that little rift right there has infinite uses. And we're gonna come down here and we're gonna look for Tina, which I believe she's usually over here. Yep. Okay, we're gonna take her key card. She's gonna offer us a hug. I don't really want a hug, but that's okay. It's awkward to reject it. So we're gonna go down here, and now we're just gonna jump down into the water because it's a lot quicker than navigating all these little stairways, and open up the vault right here with this computer terminal. And I do like this spot because of that rift. It's just like really good to rotate out. And these chests right here have chances for utility. It has 2 pieces of utility in each chest. So, you know, you get a bandage and heals. You get more shield pots. So these shadow chests, or these ghost chests, whatever they are really good for getting grapplers and stuff. So you can see the loot here is pretty dang amazing. All right, so once you got your loot, you know, and you're happy, you're ready to go. And now we're gonna go to this rift and we're gonna rotate out. Now you can rotate all the way past Slurpy Swamp right here over to this dam. You can get really close to the next rift, so you can basically rift hop. And if you don't find any fights, if you're all set on loot, you're looking at Slurpy and you're like, oh, I'm not seeing anyone there, and you don't need any more loot, you're all good to go, you're just looking for some fun, looking for some action, just go ahead and fly all the way over to this dam right here. There's also a whiplash in the parking lot right here if you want to just drive around. But, you know, if you're looking to just kind of drop on people's heads or cover a lot of ground very quickly, there's rifts on both sides of the dam. And knowing where all these rifts are is really good for rotating around the map, because you can see just how quick it is and see, like, you know, how well you can scope out the map, how well you can survey the land, find some players to fight, etc. So I'm just going to go ahead and rotate all the way into Lazy Lake here, because maybe we want more loot and we know where to find it, because our second favorite drop spot was here, which is that modern house right here with the pool at the back. It's actually a spa. And you can see this time it has 2 chests on the top of it. So yeah, those are my 3 favorite drop spots. Leave a comment down below if you found a drop spot that you really enjoy with some nice rotations, some good ways to rotate. I'm still looking to find all the natural rifts on this map. I know there's quite a few. And I do happen to know that along these little radio towers, or these like power lines over here, there's some rifts on the right side of the map, but I don't really know where a lot of central ones are. I know that there are some under bridges as well. There's like a couple bridges, I think, maybe, that have rifts under them. I'm not sure which bridges, but yeah, leave a comment down below with any natural rifts you found, any good drop spots that you've been enjoying with some nice rotations. It's always important to figure out your rotation after the drop point. That's why I don't really like landing on the outskirts of the map unless I know I can get out quickly and you know, go find some action, because let's be honest, Chapter 2 Remix is a kind of a snooze fest at the middle of the game right now, so it's always nice to be able to find some enemies. So if you want to drop high kill games, knowing where all those rifts are is really important. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up on it. I'd really appreciate it. Consider using code TOBY1SHINOBI in your Fortnite item shop if you buy any cosmetics. Really appreciate it. It helps me and my family more than you'll ever know. Have yourself a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Shinobi out.